Okay, so in this video, we're going to look at the second key aspect to the forward skating stride. Now, when I say stride, we're pretty much referring to the push itself. So a lot of times people are going to make reference to their kids' skating stride in terms of they need a bigger stride. I think their strides are too short. I don't think they're striding out to the side enough. I don't think they're pushing hard enough. That's the aspect that we're focusing on right now. So in the first key aspect of our forward skating stride, we looked at the hockey stance itself. So we're in our 45, 90, 45 position, head up, sticking our butt out, even a little bit lower than I was there, getting on the inside edge for power, keeping our shoulders up, shoulders square, etc., etc. So now in our striding or in our push, where do we want to push from? Where do we want to push to? To start with, this is my hockey stance. I want to push from this position almost every time, as much as I can. The reason you might find that your players' strides are too short or not long enough in duration is because they don't have enough knee bend. So if I stand up straight, that's as far as I can reach. All right? If I bend my knees and get down really low in a nice deep knee bend hockey stance, I can reach out that much further. Not necessarily reach. Again, I can stride that much further or that much longer. I can hold my stride that much longer. I can feel my skate on the ice that much longer, allowing my opposite skate to glide. So if you want to get longer strides, bend your knees. Get lower. That's going to give you the length or the extension that you're looking for. But in terms of the push itself, to keep it as simple as possible, the idea is inside edge, 45 degrees back corner of a square. So I'll use that comparison with kids a lot. I'll use that metaphor. Imagine you're standing at the top of a square and we want to touch back corner. We do want to push outside of our stance. So here's what I like to do with some hockey sticks. I put 2 on the ice to represent my stance, or the width of my stance. So here's 2. These are going to represent my stance. All right? So about shoulder width. Push the sticks in nice and tight. There's my stance. That's shoulder width. But when I actually stride, I want my skates coming out of my stance nice and wide. All right? Nice and wide. So again, from this athletic hockey stance ready position, I want to push inside edge out wide to the back corner of the square at a 45-degree angle, with the last part of my skate, my ones, touching the ice. So I start on my 2s and 3s, I power in, and my last aspect of my blade that touches the ice is my ones. So if we were to get a better look at this, and I like to use visuals with kids because it helps them see it. It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing for them to actually see it. And when I'm on the ice with a full team or at a camp where there's 9 kids lined up along the blue line, it's hard for them to hear and it's hard for them to see. So putting the sticks on the ice is a good visual. If they're able to catch up on that, then that's good, and they've left with learning something. So again, here, back to there. And I bring it back. We'll talk about recovery as we go along. But again, even on this side, and there are a few drills that we can do that focus on the push, but any drill that we're doing the focus on the push should be slowed down and should have a conscious mindset in terms of trying to get out wide. Try and get out wide. Off ice, I'll do butts down skating where kids are kicking out to the side, touching the ice. We can do something similar on ice. We'll get skating, push, push. Try and feel your skate blade. Tell your kids when they're pushing, when they're trying this, tell them to try and feel the inside edge on the ice longer. So what that's going to do is it's going to give the sensation that they're digging in and pushing longer. And that's going to create a longer, quote unquote, longer stride. in all reality, it's not a longer stride per se, because the skate is dug in. That's where the skate's dug in. It's holding it longer that makes it look longer. Okay, so if I'm here, I'm in my butts down, or in my hockey stance, that skate digs in, and I push to my ones, the skate's not moving. It's staying right where I dug in initially. Same thing on the other side. I push, that skate stays. So it's not necessarily a bigger push. Your skate blade's not going anywhere. It's a longer duration of a push. And the next aspect of the skating stride, forward skating stride, is glide. And we'll look at it a little bit further, but this is where keeping that other opposite skate straight is really important. Because when people say, my kid's strides are too short, it could mean like this, or it could mean they're way out here and too short. Wide tracking. And the reason they're potentially like that is because their glide skate takes them out to the side, and then the side, and now they're stuck out wide. So we'll look at glide a little bit further on in the next video. But that's the forward striding, push or stride aspects of forward stride skating.